Hi there, welcome back, and thank you for visiting my channel, Soundplay Analysis. So, for today's discussion, I'm asking the question: are England and Belgium currently the two biggest disappointments in world football? Well, I think they are, if not always, at least since the beginning of this century. I think these are the two teams that have been the most disappointing. And here are some reasons why I say so. When it comes to world football, the Belgian football team is a perfect example of not making hay while the sun shines. Their golden generation of players included the likes of Hazard, Courtois, Lukaku, De Bruyne, and company. They came, they saw, but they did not conquer. If someone would have told me back in 2014 that this group of Belgian footballers would not have won a World Cup or a Euros, I would have been surprised. But the reality is they never even made a finals appearance. From becoming world famous footballers for their different playing positions to having Belgium at the number one spot in FIFA World Ranking for over 3 years to just performing in a way that made Belgium be viewed as a major contender in tournaments, they were able to achieve it all. Well, all except actually winning anything. This unfortunate fact makes them a top candidate for biggest underachievers slash disappointments in world football. Now, in whatever sport it is you may play, if you are viewed as one of the best in the world for a significant period of time, it is usually expected that you back this up by actually winning trophies. Now imagine if Usain Bolt never won a gold medal or Michael Jordan never won an NBA championship. Imagine someone being constantly praised as one of the smartest persons in class, but is the one person among the group of smart individuals to always fail in major exams. That would be disappointing, right? And there you go. This is the reason Belgium, in my opinion, is one of the biggest disappointments in world football, at least over the last 1+ decade. From early exits in major tournaments to the outbreak of penalty misses in the finals to just overall losing to teams they really shouldn't be losing to, England is the poster child for the biggest underachievers slash disappointments in world football. English team just cannot seem to find the formula to win trophies. When it comes to England, it's usually a case of expectations versus reality. So, based on the wealth of talent that England possesses and has at their disposal, as a fan of football, you'll have high expectations for them, but the reality is they never live up to these expectations. As a matter of fact, England has only ever won a major tournament once, and that was the 1966 World Cup. They have still yet to win the European Championships. Now, I know persons may think, why keep having high expectations for a team that always proves that they really don't deserve it? Well, here are some reasons. For example, when I think about the Belgian football team, I think about the fact that they were able to produce a golden generation. And with this golden generation, they got like a decade or so of these players playing together. Once it is time, as the time has passed on this golden generation, they know they'll have to go back to the drawing board with hopes that sometime in the near future they will be able to put together another such great group of talent. England, on the other hand, is consistently able to produce a golden generation, and one of the main reasons for this is they have one of the strongest domestic league. In my opinion, the EPL is currently the strongest domestic league. And when you look in the EPL, a great percentage of the players are England representatives. Their wealth of talent is endless. When you think back over the past 2+ decades, some former players of England are Wayne Rooney, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Ashley Cole. And it's not a case where these players did not play together. It's not a case where these players each had their turn to try and win something on their own and they just didn't know. These players did play together and still were not able to achieve greatness. When you look at the current European Championships taking place in Germany, you see the players representing England are the likes of Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka. Yet you see where their two games so far, they They were barely able to beat Serbia 1-0 and they drew 1-1 with Denmark. Now, this is no knock on those two teams. Congratulations on the great achievement of making the European Championship. However, there are levels to this, and the reality is these two teams should not be able to play at the level that England is playing at. And why? The wealth of talent that England has at its disposal, these two teams really doesn't. So when you see England struggling against these two teams, one cannot help but wonder what will happen when it is they face actual competition. Will it be a case of deja vu where again we expected great things, but again the reality is they did not live up to that greatness? Um, you're the manager of England, you have a Raheem Sterling and you feel he's not performing good enough. Bear in mind, Raheem Sterling is a player, I'm not saying he's at his best, but he could still probably make several of the teams that are currently in the Euros even as a starter. You feel he's not good enough anymore, you're able to replace him with a Phil Foden or a Bukayo Saka. And there are still other players that are there that could replace him. You're the manager of England, you have a 37 goal assist season guy in Ali Watkins who was only able to get a few minutes of game time in the Euros thus far because the wealth of talent that you have is so great. Someone has to make the sacrifice. You have a Cole Palmer who finished second in the Golden Boot race in the EPL. He had a 40 plus goal assist season and he has yet to have gotten a minute of game time in the Euros thus far. So this is the reason why the expectations for England are usually great, but as I said before, they usually don't live up to these expectations. Now, are England and Belgium the two biggest disappointments in world football? I believe they are. And if they are not, they at least help to make up the top three. Hi, Netherlands. Will one of these two teams be able to change this current Euros? I don't know, only time will tell, but based on what I've seen thus far, I feel this is highly unlikely. Why is this though? Why is it that two teams with such great potential unable to actually win something when it matters? Is it a tactical issue? Is it that their managers just aren't able to put together the right formation to actually win something? In the case of England, is it a case where they maybe need to fish outside of the English pond for a manager? Have we been putting too high of expectations on these players? Could it be that they just aren't as good as we think? What is your opinion? What do you feel is the main cause of lack of success with these? So don't hesitate to let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, thank you for tuning into my channel, Soundplay Analysis. I really do appreciate it. Take care and stay safe.